You ever have one of those moments where you pull up, step out of your truck, and feel the world trying to kick you right back down before you even get the key in the door? That's how it was for me. Dusty boots hitting Arizona dirt under a sky so blue it looked fake, and me finally thinking for once the fight might be over. I'd spent a year living out of motels, patching roofs in hurricane country for folks who lost everything. So when I scraped together enough for 2 acres at a county auction, I thought I'd finally found my peace. No HOA, no busybodies, just a blank patch of sunburnt land and the crazy idea I could build something real with my own hands. I still remember the heat slapping me hard as I stepped out, ground crunching like potato chips under every step. The place was empty except for a few stubborn weeds and my faded marker flags. I had my building permit tucked in the glove box fresh from the county. Friday the crew was coming to pour the foundation, but I figured I'd get a head start, dig out the corner posts, breathe in the air that was finally mine. I was halfway to the fence line when I saw it, a brand new sign, shiny as a quarter, cemented right into my property. Property of Willow Hills. No trespassing. Violators. Subject to $500 fine. Some leafy logo stamped up top chain link warning about surveillance. It looked like it belonged at the gates of some fancy subdivision not out here with the rattlesnakes. Now let me tell you, I've seen some creative scams in my day, but this was a first. I wasn't confused. I had the deed. The GPS coordinates a county plot map. Even the digital survey, this was my land, bought clean, taxes paid. So who in the hell was trying to mark it as their own? That old FEMA gut feeling kicked in when somebody tries to plant their flag on your ground. You'd better pay attention. I walked around that sign, snapping pictures from every angle, logo, wording base, even the coordinates off my phone. If somebody wanted to fight, I was ready. And yeah, I did what any red-blooded American would do when a fake HOA sign pops up on his land. I pulled the damn thing out. They'd sunk it deep, but not deep enough. Whole mess of concrete came up like a rotten tooth. I tossed it in the back of my truck, not as a trophy, but as evidence. If this turned ugly, I wanted every scrap. That night, every document came out on the kitchen table: deed survey, auction, cert tax clearance, parcel map. I cross-checked the county website. My land, no HOA, no overlap, not even a whiff of easement. I could feel that old surge of anger from Mississippi when a councilman tried to shake us down before we could rebuild. It wasn't confusion, it was a land grab, plain and simple. Next morning, I showed up before dawn, truck full of tools, ready to draw my own battle lines. By 7 a.m., the lot was staked out, my future walls mapped in orange twine. The only noise was my shovel, the cicadas, and the crunch of gravel. For a minute, I let myself believe that was all I'd need to worry about. Then, like clockwork, 2 SUVs and a pickup came rumbling up the road, flashing amber beacon, 4 folks in neon yellow vests stenciled with HOA patrol like they were about to do a drug bust. And out steps their general, a woman in her 50s, with hair like a helmet and a tablet clutched like the 10 Commandments. You could see the entitlement from a mile away. "You can't be here," she barked before I even got a word out. "This land is under the Willow Hills Homeowners Association." I almost laughed. "Ma'am, I bought this at auction, got the papers to prove it." Her face pulled tighter than a drum. "That land is reserved for community green space. The sale was a mistake. We've already filed complaints." I just shrugged. "That's between you and the county. I've got a legal right to build." She spun her tablet around, showed me a blurry PDF with faint plot lines. No county seal, nothing official. "This says it's part of our reserve." I shook my head. "You need a deed, not a doodle." Her patience snapped. "We're calling the police. Be my guest. Reception's better at the road." I'd already saved the sheriff's number. Anyone who builds solo in the Southwest learns to be ready. Her patrol hovered behind her, not looking so sure about the whole show. Sheriff's cruiser rolled in soon enough, Deputy Tennyson, who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. I handed over every document, deed, permit, map. He nodded, looked at Karen, of course her name was Karen, right, and said, "Ma'am, this land isn't part of your HOA. He's within his rights." Karen bristled, claimed vandalism because I pulled her sign out. Tennyson didn't even blink. "You planted it on his land. Civil issue at best." Karen threatened a formal complaint. "Great," I said. "Make sure you spell my name right." The HOA parade retreated, Karen barking into her phone, the others deflating like a birthday balloon. Tennyson gave me a knowing look. "They pull this kind of thing a lot. Don't let them bully you." But it didn't stop there. 2 days later, I started seeing screenshots from the Willow Hills Facebook group, private invite only, of course. "Community green space at risk," they screamed. Pictures of my lot, wild accusations, outsider bulldozing our park, no mention of the auction or my deed, just hashtags and panic. Then came the cherry on top, a phony city letter, watermarked warning all construction must stop due to an administrative oversight. No author, no signature, and a file number that belonged to a pothole case 3 towns over. Total fraud. I couldn't even defend myself. The group blocked outsiders. Cute. So I took it public, posted every document I had. Before you call someone a thief, check if they actually own the land. Support rolled in, some locals cheering me on, others spewing venom. "You city types ruin everything." Someone even left a "Save Our Park" flyer taped to my rental 30 miles away. That's when it got creepy. Then the real dirty trick started. A truckload of trash dumped right on my lot. Broken chairs, soggy mattress, all the fixings of a real welcome party. Now it was sabotage, not just slander. I put up trail cams, 4 of them motion activated. But Karen wasn't dumb, she sent her minions. One night I got an anonymous message, screenshots with metadata showing Kay Mace as author of the fake city letter. Not everyone was on her side. That's when Brooke Carty showed up, an attorney with a reputation for chewing up HOAs and spitting out lawsuits. Sharp suit, sharper mind. She listened, asked a few questions, then got to work pulling every record, every zoning minute, every buried complaint. Turns out Karen had tried to grab my lot before, petitioned the county twice, always denied. She knew she had no claim, but when the auction went through, she just went rogue. Brooke didn't blink. "This isn't just overreach, it's fraud." She prepped a cease and desist, filed complaints, got the county attorney's attention. We found proof. Karen's cousin Charles Mace forged a fake permit to block the public road, signed as a city inspector when he was nothing but a pencil pusher with no jurisdiction. Next day, my survey gear was trashed. Markers, spray painted "Community First." I sat in my folding chair, soda in hand, and waited, trail cams, humming, evidence mounting. When the day came for court, I rolled up in boots and a clean shirt, Brooke beside me, briefcase locked and loaded. Inside, Karen looked like she'd aged 10 years in a week, her supporters nowhere to be seen. The judge didn't waste time. Brooke laid out deed records, the fake letter, the phony permit. Even a former HOA board member admitting under oath that Karen told them to act like we already own it, scare him off. The county clerk handed over proof that Karen had targeted my lot long before the auction, plotting, forging, obstructing. Then the hammer dropped. The judge found Willow Hills HOA and Karen guilty of interference, defamation, forgery, impersonation of a public official. Karen was remanded, no bail, facing felony charges. The HOA dissolved, dues refunded, and the whole neighborhood freed from her reign of terror. I walked out lighter than I'd felt in years. Got $280,000 in damages, legal costs, and every dime lost to delays. I poured it all into the house, solar panels, the best filtration, everything done right. Karen got 12 years and a stack of felonies. Funny thing, once she was gone, nobody wanted to rebuild the HOA. The neighborhood chose freedom. Brooke and I stayed close. She'd come by. We'd watch the sunset turn the desert orange behind the cacti, sipping beers on my new porch. "Ever think about moving somewhere quieter?" she'd ask. Nah, I'd grin. I like a place where 2 acres of dirt can start a war. We'd laugh toast to liberty and the right to tell bureaucrats to get lost. The first real barbecue folks from the other side of the ridge showed up, some who'd watched it all unfold. Even Jordan, the ex-board member, now carrying whiskey instead of HOA rules. We toasted fireflies blinking Johnny Cash on the radio. As I tossed more charcoal on the grill, a kid wandered up. "Is this your place?" he asked. I smiled. Damn right it is. So let me ask you, what would you do if someone tried to steal your land with nothing but a fake sign and a bad attitude? Where do you draw the line? Drop your story below. Tell me what justice looks like to you. And hey, if you think freedom's worth fighting for, hit that subscribe. This land's for the living. No, HOA required.